Well, my video setting on my iPhone isn't recording. It's just a black screen, so don't know what that's about. But hello. It has been a month since my last one, month and a half. A lot has happened, so I think it's about time I make another one. Um, Starting off, ripping the band-aid off. We broke up. I know. Um, it hurts. It sucks really bad. And I have continually made mistakes since the breakup. It's only been a week, but continually made mistakes since the breakup that have made things worse between us. So, um, safe to say right now, I am at the lowest I've been uh, since day one of the rest of my life, um, which is crazy because this is day four of the rest of my life, or fourth day of the rest of my life, whatever, however the naming scheme is, I don't remember. Um, Sorry, I'm waiting on someone. But yeah, so a lot has happened. Today I don't really have anything to say about it. I miss her. I'm gonna always love her. But ultimately I made numerous mistakes again. Different mistakes in the first relationship, but not all of them were different. um, Through this one I have found my Lord and Savior Jesus. Through this relationship I found what it's like to be part of a real loving family. And I have realized that um, a lot of things in my life that are going wrong or have gone wrong or my trauma or whatever it is don't define me, and they aren't unsolvable or irreversible. So, number one, my trauma, fear of abandonment, fear of replacement, that doesn't mean anything. Jesus has cleared me of that. I'm definitely still that kind of person where I still get jealous and everything, but that's not who I am, and I'm not letting that weigh me down anymore. I'm not gonna let my fears of being rejected, weighed down, failure, all that's stemmed from anxiety that I have, and I'm done feeling that way. At least like subconsciously, like I know what they are now. I know what those feelings are, and I'm gonna do my best to ward them off and to understand that it's just anxiety, it's just fear. It doesn't actually mean anything because it doesn't. Because that is all part of a part of me that can heal, and I'm excited to actually heal it. It's going to be long and hard for sure. Like, I don't think this is going to be easy to heal from, but the fact that I'm sitting here right now making another video, hopeful again, feeling like I'm going to be able to heal and I'm going to be good, I'm just so excited. Like, I feel like the first relationship, day one, was like, this is a toxic relationship, so this is where you're going to learn your worth. This is where you're going to learn the things that you don't want to put up with. And then this last one was, okay, now you got to understand what other people aren't going to put up with and the things about you that need to change. I still had things in that one that I wanted to change, but a lot of those things were stemmed from, I mean, there were still things I wanted to change. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to say anything else. There were things that I wanted to change that I changed. But anyway, this relationship showed me what a healthy family is like. Showed me that I'm not my past. I'm not the same person that I was when I was 12 or 15 even, and I'm 19, almost 20 now. I'm at a different era of my life now where it's like, there's been like tiers to this, right? So back in day one, I was in college. I was kind of a nobody, didn't have a lot of friends, shut myself off from everybody, grew myself, got myself to a point where I was working at Supplement Superstore, getting better, doing better, feeling better, everything, all of that. I'm a personal trainer now, and I couldn't be happier. I'm actually making a difference. I enjoy what I do, makes decent money. I do want to keep growing that, so that's part of my new bed of flowers, which is part of the title of this video. And I'm happy with. Let me back up a little bit. So where I'm going with this, right, is where I am right now. Let me see if I can turn my steering wheel so I can put my phone up. Where I'm at right now is my bed of flowers, once again, is tarnished. Like, my garden is gone because what I did is I spent the last year and a half, or the last year, growing, cultivating, taking care of my garden. I was starting to get friends. I had a good job. My family relations were better. My money was up. I was driven, all of this. And then this girl came into my life. I still love very dearly. Probably will always love her. Anyway, she came into my life and I tore up my garden because I found safety in her. I made her my foundation when obviously Jesus should be my foundation. But I didn't realize that until now. I mean, I realized it and I thought my foundation was Jesus, but it wasn't. But she became my foundation. So I was like, oh, well, I'm not happy at this job. I'm going to move on, but it's okay because I have this girl. So I'm not going to be a complete loser. Then we broke up and so it was like I've made my whole life around this girl. And it was wonderful, but once we broke up, it left me feeling terrible, like feeling like I like the only difference is this time I did understand that I'm not worthless, this, that, or the other. But regardless, my entire world got tore up. So that was the biggest bouquet. That was the biggest flower in my garden was her. And then all of the other ones around her, church family, my worth as a person in some instances, her family, friend group, they were all based around her. So whenever she got cut off, just suddenly removed, so did all of those things. And then what I continued to do is I continued to uproot them and try to make them better because I was thinking, oh, well, the roots are obviously messed up. The flower just died like that. So I kept trying to dig and fix the roots. But all that kept doing was breaking the roots more. And I was uprooting it. And now I'm at a point now where her family doesn't want anything to do with me, rightfully so. I mean, I've made numerous mistakes, and I regret it wholeheartedly. Anyway, the beauty of it, which is the title of this video, the beauty of where I am right now is that I have a clean slate. And unlike day one of the rest of my life where I needed, or I didn't have anything and I was just realizing everything and I was just starting to think about my own garden. The difference between that and this is that I know that my future is my future, and that just because a girl broke up with me and because it seems like the end of the world now, it's not going to be the end of the world because I have Jesus now. But beyond that, I'm confident in myself. I understand that where I am right now, I'm a kid. Okay, I'm 19, almost 20 years old. I could be a lot further than I am. I could be going into my my junior year of college, but I'm not. I'm probably going to be going into my sophomore because I took a little bit of time off and some of my credits didn't count, and I know that, but that's not a big deal. I have other things that I'm working on, and the beauty of that flower being cut off and being uprooted right now is like, first of all, I just want to say that that flower could very well be completely dead. And all those other flowers could be very withered and damaged and dead. The beauty of it is that a lot of the times when flowers die, maybe not flowers, but a lot of times when plants die, they become fertilizer for other flowers. And maybe they don't do that. What I'm trying to say is just because that's dead, one, doesn't mean that I can't replant that same flower. And two, doesn't mean that I can't replant a different flower in its place. And so I'm not giving up hope on that flower, but I'm also not going to worry about that flower because that flower needs to, those roots need to start rebuilding themselves, do their own thing for a little bit, and then maybe they'll start to sprout again. But that's all under the dirt for right now, and I can't see under the dirt. So anyway, moving on from that, I love her. I do love her. And I hope she comes back, but I'm not going to bank off of it. Anyway, um, the next thing that I wanted to say is like, that flower was my biggest flower. It was the center of my garden, and it was the most beautiful, vibrant, healthy, um, abundant flower that I had. It was gorgeous. But now that that flower is gone, I can name, or I can see the other flowers around me. I can see that flower over there and this one right here and that one over there. Maybe that one that's a little further in my garden, a little tinier, but I can still see it. I can still see things blossoming and blooming, and I'm gonna hurt for a long time. And the fact that that flower is gone is gonna put a big hurt on my garden. I'm not gonna have many butterflies coming at me because I'm not gonna have very many big flowers. But the beauty of that flower being gone is that all of these other flowers are being recognized, and the nutrients that that flower was taking is going to be spread to them. So, my personal training job, my career right now, what brings me my money, that's going to flourish. I want to be able to pour so much time and effort into that. My school is going to do better. My social life is going to do better. And I'm not just saying they're going to do better because that flower is gone, but because I'm going to be able to allocate more resources, and I want to grow those flowers. My family life has been kind of crappy for a long time, and I'm starting to realize that a lot of it's my fault. So one thing that I'm working on, one thing that her family showed me was that family should not be like that. One thing I'm working on is reviving my family, and I talked to my brother a lot today because he's back living with us, and we're going to start doing stuff together. My brother is probably going to become my best friend for a while, which I'm okay with because I love my brother. My brother is one of my favorite people ever. Me and my sister's relationship is going to get better. Me and my mom's relationship is going to get better. And I'm going to start being a better person to them because I have been neglectful and disrespectful of them because they know my past and they know how shitty of a person I used to be. But that doesn't mean anything. They still love me. I still love them. It's my job to now get in here and do what I can and fix myself in ways to bring them back to me and to bring myself back to them. My friend situation, not having a lot of friends, that's not my fault. I mean, sorry. I didn't mean it like that. That is my fault, is what I meant to say. But I'm not... The reason why I didn't have friends is because I didn't feel the need to have friends. So, I don't know why I said it's not my fault. I did not mean that. I meant it is my fault. The fact that I am struggling with friends and all this right now is because I pour so much into someone or something and completely neglect other parts of me. And I used to be really extroverted, and I still am really extroverted. But I just really focus on one person sometimes, and I need to stop that. I was thinking about this. I need to have my D&D buddies. I need to have my gaming buddies. I need to have my gym buddies. I need to have my faith buddies. And however those guys overlap or interact, or maybe it's all the same group, doesn't matter. I need these people to make part of my garden. Just like my family's part of my garden, just like that big flower was part of my garden, just like my job is my garden, part of my garden. These people need to be part of my garden too, and I need to actually pay attention to them and water them. And I remember saying so many times to that other flower, I'm going to water you because I'm not going to think any other flower is as beautiful as you. But now that that flower is gone and I don't have these other flowers to soften the blow, I'm starting to realize that just because something is so beautiful and so gorgeous and I like it so much does not mean I should not strive to water those other flowers. And I'm just thinking now, like, that flower was gorgeous, but imagine how much prettier it would have been if there were 10 other flowers and 10 other different types of flowers, different colors of flowers around it. It'd be so much better. And I see the life that this new friend group that I have has all set up, and it's like, that's awesome. They've been friends for years, since high school, and it's going to take me a long time to get a friend group like that. But if I find my people, and I really strive to find my people, I think I'll find my people. I think it'll be okay, and I think I'll. It might take me years, might take me months, it might take me weeks. I can meet my people tomorrow. The point is, I'm going to start watering those flowers a little bit more. So to tie it up, while I'm still waiting on this person to get here for my Bible study, just because your garden is a little barren right now, or because you have to restart and uproot and dig and fix, and your garden is even if your garden's completely empty, even if you don't have a single sprout of anything, there's beauty in that. There's beauty in, I mean, the only way you're going to get a diverse garden is by planting and starting to plant. So if your garden's completely a blank canvas, just start throwing some seeds out. Some of them are going to grow. Some of them might not grow. Some of them might never blossom into anything. All that matters is that you're trying to grow your garden. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to really try to grow my garden and to grow these relationships and myself, more importantly, my relationship with God. This is going to be probably the next 3 to 5 months of my life is what I'm going to say, is going to be me just trying to figure out what sticks and trying to figure out exactly how I want to do things. But I'm taking steps now. Thankfully, I'm in a place where I still have a couple flowers left. Even if they're a little wilted, they're not dead. So that's where I am. To that flower, if you're watching, I love you, and I'm sorry for not respecting your space, not letting you grow, and for snipping at your roots a little bit. What's gonna happen? That's God telling me to shut up. I'm sorry for hurting you, for making that mistake. Just know that God is doing wonderful things with me, and I know He's going to do wonderful things with you. I really hope we can reconcile in the future, but that's not my place. I hope your garden goes well, whether it's you or anyone else watching. Plant your garden. It sucks that it took me this long to realize it, but sometimes I guess you have to let your garden completely die before you realize the beauty of it, I guess. I don't know. A lot of garden analogies don't really make sense, but I will see you guys hopefully in a little bit longer than a month. Hopefully nothing else crazy happens within the next month. Love you guys.